Pause it and close this. Okay, let me double check if everything is working fine. Bum, bum, bum. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Bum, bum, bum. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay, it seems everything's working fine. Okay, let me also include the game's Steam page in my stream chat as well, so people can see it. And there we go. Okay. Okay, let me sit into my original position here. Ladies and gentlemen, let us know if we can start. I hope the video and sound quality is perfect and there is no lag. I will also double check myself, and then we can actually start the interview itself. Bum, 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 bum. And then we can actually start the interview itself. Okay, it seems everything is working perfectly. Okay, my friend, let me know if we can start. Let me know. Nice. Okay. Welcome, everyone, in my very new episode of my Dev Live show. Today, I'm joined with one of the creators of the game called Ottó. I would like to say that I'm very thankful and very honored that you joined us for today's episode. And like I'm always saying, let's start with a little bit of introduction. So please introduce yourself for us.
Hi, I'm Sven. I'm one of the creators of Ottó.
Okay.
I mostly made the I started the project. I did most of the design and
I see.
art and programming.
I see.
And then I was joined by Mathilde Hoffmann, who's a sound designer.
I see.
So she worked on most of the sound effects and also worked on the game design with me because she knows a lot more about music than me.
I see.
And then in the last year, another programmer joined, and he's more on the technical side and helped us release the game.
I see.
Yeah.
I see.
So thanks for having me. Yeah.
Thank you that you joined us for today's episode. Thank you. My very first question would be, what was your very first contact with video games as a player, if you remember those times of your best?
My first
Contact with video games, yeah.
Yeah. I think it was Game Boy Color, when I was around 5 or something.
Okay.
Then I played like Pokemon Blue Edition.
Nice.
Very special for me.
Do you still have it, by the way? Do you still have it?
No. I think my mom made me sell it for some reason.
I see.
Yeah, but now I'm free. Now I don't have to collect anything because I don't have my first console. So
I see.
Then it doesn't make sense at all. So the Game Boy Color was important. Also, my aunt had other Nintendo consoles like Super Nintendo, NES. Yeah. Nintendo has a special place for me, I would say.
Nice.
Maybe you can also see it in my games.
True, very true. The fun aspect and the core of the fun. Yeah, true, very true. Okay. From that point of your life, loving video games, what was the transition time, that tick in your head when you realized that you would like to make games? So it's not just about that you love playing games, but you realize that there is a mastermind, there is a creator in your head who would like to make games.
Yeah. I think it was very early on. My brother always invented games as a child.
I see.
So that inspired me definitely. And I really started making video games, I would say, like RPG Maker when I was younger, around 14, 15.
I see.
And then when I was 18, I moved out to Berlin, and there I really started seriously making games.
I see. And what was the causing effect that you haven't started making commercial games just in the past years? So what was the causing effect behind that you were making games, but it was like you mentioned, more for yourself and experimenting with games?
I think I never found a concept I really clicked with. I made a lot of made games for game jams a lot.
I see.
But those were never concepts that could sell. I think they were too small or too too niche or experimental.
I see.
But yeah, with this concept, I really saw the potential, and also I
Yeah, but
think I
this is
also
also the niche genre. So in my opinion, your
totally.
best ideas might sell well and might be appealing to everyone. Do you think, by the way, that the confidence that you gained now by the success of Odada, you might be going back to your older projects? Could it be something that's
Uh,
happening in the future?
no,
Or
not
no?
really. I always want to make new stuff. I
I see,
think
I see, I see, I
that's
see,
really the biggest motivation for me, like to experiment, to find
I see,
things.
I see,
But yeah, I definitely want to continue making commercial games now, like making bigger things.
I see, I
Yeah.
see. And your older games, are they available to play somewhere? Since you mentioned they are game
Yeah.
jams.
Yeah, some games are on HIO.
I see, I see, I see. Okay.
Uh, yeah, I think there's still some value in them, so it's definitely worth
I
checking
believe
out.
too. I believe too because like you have this all these like very like you mentioned niche ideas, and I think they should be back in like a collection form or something. You know, in my
Ah,
opinion at least.
yeah,
Yeah.
thanks. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, maybe.
Okay. And I love the fact that you, like you mentioned it also, that you always love to challenge yourself. I think it's important
Mm,
in being creative, not just, give the same things to people, but also like challenge yourself. Okay.
yeah.
A more personal question from me would be, do you feel like your parents, family, and close friends were supportive about this decision of yours that you started working in the video game industry and you started making your own games? How do you feel about this?
Yeah, it's super important, I think.
Okay.
I think I'm very privileged in that way that
I
my
see.
parents supported me going to Berlin.
I see. I see. I see.
They like in the beginning they paid my rent,
I see.
so I could really concentrate a lot on making games.
I see.
Uh, and I think it's super important. I mean, now there's more funding, I think, these days.
I see.
Um, but still, I think a lot of indie games that are successful these days are there because there were some people supporting the developers.
I
Like,
agree. I agree.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Okay.
So yeah, that was very important. Like not, but also not only financial, but also
Mental
emotional
and emotional.
support.
I see. I see.
Yeah.
Do you think, by the way, that for you it was like important? Would it be any other way if your parents weren't supportive? How do you feel about
Mm.
this?
I can't really say it.
I see.
Maybe I really have a strong desire to make
I see.
games or to make art.
I see.
Um, but I don't know. Maybe I would have given up. Who knows? Yeah.
I see. I see. Throughout the process of making Odada, what was your favorite part of the process of making this game, or parts if there are more?
Mm. I think mostly I like really making like polishing stuff,
I see.
making visual pleasing stuff.
I see.
Um, and like especially in Odada, there's a lot like when you press buttons, it feels really nice, and I really like to do things like that.
I see.
Um, yeah, so yeah, like designing new machines and making them a pleasure to play with. That's my main like motivation. I'm not that deeply interested in mechanics and also not in music, for
I
example.
see. I see. I see. I see.
So for me, it was mostly about the interface design and yeah, things like that. Yeah.
Nice. You have spoken about your favorite part, but what about the hardest parts or part
Mm.
about the process of making Odada?
Mm. I think in the beginning it was a lot the game design.
Okay,
Like took us some time to really
I see.
decide on the concept. We knew we wanted to make some kind of music game, but we were more like in a direction of a puzzle game in the beginning.
I see.
But I realized that I really don't want to design puzzles. It's like a really difficult task for me. And then we went really into this pure music direction. That took a lot of time to figure out because there are not a lot of games who do this.
True, true. That's very
And
true.
yeah. Um, yeah, and also the technical part from that, like making the beats really be on sync and really on time wasn't that easy because we also used Fmod and like it's a music engine
I see.
that and yeah, I'm not that good of a programmer, so that was
I
a
see.
big task for me.
I
Yeah, in
see.
the end, like Bastian joined us, Bastian Klausdorff, programmer, and he really knows about audio programming, and he took a lot of workload from me in the end, and also went sure that everything works, and like these very purely technical and things where you have to be really cautious that everything works. That's not stuff for me. I like to just experiment around.
I see. I see.
Yeah.
Since you mentioned working in a group on this game of yours, do you believe in perfect synergy, by the way, between team members, or is it something that develops out through the process of working together?
Hmm. Um. I don't know. Like with, I mean, working with Matilda was very simple in a way, I would
I see.
say.
I
Like
see.
we didn't have to communicate a lot.
I see.
Like I would design a machine, for example, and then she would tell me what's missing to make good music out of it, and then I
I see.
add this. But there were also then moments where we didn't really sync well when it came to marketing, for example.
I see.
I think marketing was also a big challenge big challenge for me. And there I think we had different ideas sometimes. So I think there's not a perfect match, but
Okay.
I don't know. I think like working with Matilda really made Odada what it is. Like when I would have made it alone, it wouldn't really be a music, or it wouldn't be a good music game. It would be still interesting in a way, but she really, she's the reason that it's always sounding pleasant and
I see. I see.
um, I don't know. I think it's you just have to try out sometimes to work with people,
I
maybe
see.
make a game jam together.
I see.
But I, for example, for the future, I'm still working with them on Odada, but with my next game, for example, I would like to start solo again and then maybe see
I see.
if they join or if somebody else joins.
I see.
Yeah.
Was it hard, by the way, to find them? Like to find them in?
No, it was very easy. Like, I'm not
Okay.
really a person who reaches out, but
I see.
um, I had a friend who told me about Matilda, and
Okay.
then we had a call, and she joined. So it
I
was
see.
a very simple process for me.
I see.
And Bastian was a friend of Matilda.
Oh, I see.
So yeah. I don't know. I think Odada was a project that got some attention on Twitter, for example, and then like people reached out to me. That was like
I see.
always the case. Like also publishers reach out to me, and it was it was easier for me because I'm not really someone who approaches people, I would say.
I see. I see. I see. Do you think, by the way, that because of the success of Odada and all the positive feedback that you gained, you also gained like confidence? Because you mentioned at the beginning of interview that you did not have enough confidence when you made your game jam games, right? So do you think like
Mm.
by now you gain more confidence and now you know that your niche and very crazy ideas make sense and are appealing to people? Because they are, right? So
Mm.
they are.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
now see
totally.
that you have to get out there and show your games.
Yeah, totally. Most of the development time, I really thought that Odada is a game that you can't really enjoy for a long time.
I see.
That it's really just you play a level, okay, I saw everything,
I see. I see.
then people like are done with it like
I
after
see.
half an hour.
I see.
But I'm surprised because there are people who spend hours in it and make music with it. Um, so I gained a lot of confidence and experience.
I see.
Yeah, I wonder like how I will can use this like for my next games. Yeah.
I see. What helped you, by the way, not give up when you started like
Mm.
questioning yourself when you were working alone without your team members?
I mean, in the beginning, it was all very fresh, so
I
it
see.
was a lot of fun to make the
I see.
game.
I see. I see. I
But
see.
I didn't really think about giving up.
I see.
Um, but I met Matilda very early on, like after half a year or so.
I see. I see. I see.
And then we got a funding from a German fund, Medienbord, Berlin Brandenburg, and that really set it. Like then I knew I have to finish this.
I see.
We told them we need 1 year, but we then needed like another 3 years or something.
I see.
But still, I never really thought about giving up.
I see.
No.
That's nice, by the way. That's nice. That's rare, also. Like a lot of
Mm,
people like start to question themselves if
mm.
the processes start getting
I mean,
harder.
I questioned myself a lot, like if the game is good.
I see.
Like
I see.
I didn't really like the game most of the time,
I
to be
see.
honest.
I see.
But I still wanted to finish it. Like that was a clear thing for
I
me.
see.
Yeah,
So that was the drive and the passion behind it. I see. I see.
yeah.
Okay. Let's talk about, by the way, the influence. First of all, what influenced the name of your game? Because it's
Mhm.
a very catchy name, right? Odada.
Yeah, yeah,
And it
yeah.
also ties up to the core mechanics, in my opinion, for the
Mhm.
game. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, I found the name very early on.
okay,
Like there is like a small town in Norway which is
I
called
see.
Odda,
I see.
and it has these colorful houses
Oh,
which
okay.
inspired my art style. Yeah,
I see.
and yeah, then I like expanded it to Odada.
I see.
And yeah, it has this like musical or rhythmic tone, but it also has this childish sound, like a baby could make this sound.
I see. I see. I see.
And yeah, it really worked together well.
Okay.
But it was a very fast process of finding it. So I don't know, it just occurred to me. I don't
Okay. Okay.
know.
That click, right? That
Yeah,
light bulb moments. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Okay. 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 So, what was the influence, by the way, behind the core mechanics of your game? Could you talk
Mm.
about that as well?
Yeah, I started just with this mechanic of dragging these houses around
I see.
and
Okay.
placing them on this tile map.
Okay.
Like it was the first level I designed. And I think, yeah, this tile map I was inspired by Into the Breach, maybe.
Okay.
Like they have this animation when the map resets
I see.
that kind of inspired me for this wave. Then I thought that it resembles a piano roll in music software. So yeah, kind of just organically grew. Then the other levels like appeared after that. So I think there was a game jam and I made like this monk choir in the game. It's a very weird little toy there. And then I realized, yeah, I could make several toys.
I
Like
see.
for some time, we really thought about just making a town building game that makes music, but that was very limiting and
I see.
very difficult for us to make. And I want to make, I don't know, I want to be inspired while working on the game. So I wanted to have different elements.
I see.
And then, more and more mechanics came to it, like the train you have where you drive from level to level. That was kind of Matilda's idea. And yeah, I think that's almost the whole concept. I don't know. Then also the cassettes were also a very important step we had.
I see.
But I can't really explain how I create these mechanics. Like it's almost all like either while making it or like dreaming about it.
I see. I see. I see.
Yeah.
Have you always had these dreams and creations in your mind, by the way, before you started
Yeah.
making this game? Like you always had these crazy ideas, niche ideas?
Yeah. Yeah.
I
It's
see.
mostly like visual images I have,
Oh, I see. I see. I
which I
see. I see.
then create. But it's also a lot while making it. Like I never
So
really
it
have a clear
grows out
picture.
of making, right?
Exactly.
I see.
Um, yeah. But yeah, it's the process which I really like about it. Like being surprised by yourself and your ideas.
True,
That's
true, true,
the fun for me. Yeah.
true. How do you balance, by the way, giving the freedom for the players and also having like story-based missions in your game? Like you mentioned that you wanted to have those as well. Like so people do not
Mhm.
just mess with the music itself and get bored because there are no missions, but also had some missions.
Yeah, that was a big concern for me. I think you have to be the player type for it, and then
I see.
it works like this
I see.
freedom. We were inspired by games like Townscaper, who are
I
also
see.
very toy-like, sandbox-like, where you don't really have a goal.
I see.
And yeah, I don't know. People, it's enough for a lot of people to
True,
have
true,
this
true, true.
freedom.
True, true,
Uh,
true.
but I mean, we have some kind of structure, like this loop really helps, and we also kind of forced the player to continue
I see.
playing the game and
I see.
to not be perfectionistic. And Yeah, I think it's a nice balance in order. I think for me personally, I would need more structure as a player. Like I like
I see.
to have some kind of
I
missions and
see. I see. I see.
achievements.
I see. I see. So you're not
Uh,
like the type of who just have fun with the freedom, but you need some structure based gameplay. I
exactly.
see. I
Yeah.
see. I see. I see.
Um, I mean, we have the Steam achievements, which also give some
True.
kind of
True. True.
goals
True.
that
True.
helps.
True. True.
Yeah, but I think, yeah, I mean, yeah, there are a lot of games like this now, like
True.
Tiny
Very true.
Blade,
Very true.
and
Very true.
so I think, yeah, it's not a necessity these
True,
days.
true. And if you think like a more philosophical way, we as humans do not have real goals, we just invent the goals, right? So, and
Yeah.
we as kids have fun
Hmm.
from like experimenting with everything we see, right? So it makes sense
Yeah.
that these games are also like appealing to people, in my opinion. It's like
Yeah.
building Legos together, right? And you're not
Hmm.
sure what will happen, but you're still trying to experiment and play with
Yeah.
those pieces. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, we saw a lot of children also play the game. I think especially at Tokyo Game Show, we really saw. I feel like Japanese people and also, of course, children in general, yeah, have a more playful approach
True, 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 true,
to
true,
games.
true.
While in
I
Germany
agree
at
with that, by the
Gamescom,
way. I agree with that. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Well, while at Gamescom, like German people tend to be more like
Close-minded.
questioning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like questioning what is this game
I
giving
see.
me,
I
and
see. I see. I see.
is it teaching me about music? Yeah,
I see.
yeah, and also like musicians, for example. I mean, there are a lot of musicians who love Odada, but there are also some who don't like the kind of limiting factor of the game.
I see.
They want to really have the creative freedom and do whatever they want to do.
I see.
Yeah. So yeah, we have a very no, it's not a very narrow audience, but we have
Like you said, it's
some
niche,
kind of
right?
limits.
So yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah. But it's good like that, in my opinion, because
Mhm.
your vision ties up to like a niche audience too. So it's like it doesn't have to appeal to everyone, right? If you have a
Yeah,
vision, in my opinion. Okay.
yeah.
So more personal question again from me would be, I believe
Mhm.
that all of us creators who create our own craft, we always tend to put our inner self in the craft we make, even if it's experiencing loss, love, or sad or happy memories in our life. Is this statement of mine true for your work when you work on video games? And if the answer is yes, what examples could you name?
Mm. Yeah, sometimes I feel I should put more of that into my
Okay,
games. Like Odada felt kind of like I made a game for other people.
I see, I
Like
see,
I'm not really the target audience. I really like the craft and like designing beautiful, nice things.
I see,
But yeah, I don't feel that there's a lot of I don't know, emotions in there from
I
me.
see, I see, I
I
see.
mean, there's some kind of in some way it also reflects my personality, I guess. I
Okay,
don't know like how there's some kind of humor in the game, I would say, like
I see,
some it's very abstract.
I see,
I really like that about the game. Mm. But yeah, I think I would like to explore that more in other games, like more narrative games,
I
maybe
see, I see.
more atmospheric games. Um, yeah, but I really felt about Odada like it's yeah really a game that I made for other people. Yeah.
Okay, okay, I see. How have you changed, by the way, as a person in other territories of your own life from
Mm.
being a game developer for so many years?
Oof. I don't know. Like making things became a really big part for me in my life.
I see.
Like it's really one of my main I don't know reasons. I would say like I'm also trying now like after Odada trying to yeah maybe pick up more hobbies or like get a life outside of game dev in a way.
I see. I see. I see. I
Um,
see.
but yeah, I don't know. It's in some way I feel like it's my way of living, like making things. It's a very central point in my
Yeah,
life.
it's understandable. It's your passion that we talked about, right?
Yeah.
And you always wanted to make games, so it makes sense, I think. And I
Yeah.
think that people are so like like I would say too much connected with this topic of like having hobbies and living outside of
Mm.
our own passion. In my opinion, some people just live for their passion, right? And that's
Yeah.
all they know. And I think it's not a problem, in my opinion. So
Yeah.
in my opinion, you don't have to worry about it. Like
Yeah.
those
Yeah.
people are passionate about something, they will do their passion, right? So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. True.
Okay. Okay.
Um, yeah, and also like most of my friends I'm finding through the game dev scene,
True.
and
True.
I
True.
don't know.
True.
It's a very yeah. It also gives a lot back.
True.
Um,
True. True.
yeah.
Yeah, because it's not like you would do a 9 to 5 job and you're close with some people who just work there because it's their work, right? But it's
Yeah.
it's probably not that they love it, but it's their
Yeah.
work, so they just earn money. But you connect with people who really love your stuff and what you create, and they also like
Yeah.
create games, so you can connect with that creativity. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. How have you changed, by the way, from the player perspective? Like as a player, how
Mm.
your mindset changed from being a game developer?
Mm. Yeah. Yeah. I definitely enjoy games less, I would say.
Okay.
um, I guess. Yeah. But maybe I also just played too many games in my life.
I see, I see, I see. I can relate to that,
uh,
by the way. That I play too many games too. I'm trying to
mm,
play with every game, so
mhm.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm playing all genres.
Nice, nice,
I'm not.
nice.
I'm not really the person who does like research. Like I don't
I see.
think like, oh, I make this game, now I play all the games who are similar.
I see, I see, I see, I see.
It's also restraining a lot, I think. Like I want to make my own conclusions
True,
mostly.
true, true, true. That's true.
Um, but yeah, I play a lot of like I play big games, I would say, like AAA
I
games.
see.
Like I really like the Hitman trilogy.
Nice,
And yeah, I don't know, Red Dead Redemption 2 was really great.
nice.
In terms of indie games, I play. What am I playing recently? Like Oxygen Not Included is
Okay,
nice.
okay.
I really like strategy games, Crusader Kings.
Nice, 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 nice.
Um, but yeah, I feel like I play a lot of games which are very different from the games I make, maybe. But those are games that are really hard to make by your own. I think, like
I
very
see,
complex
I see,
or very yeah, I don't know, realistic or like simulating games.
I see,
Uh, yeah, but I don't know. I play everything, like all genres.
I see.
Yeah, I'm not super analytical while playing them.
You just play
Um,
them for fun, right? So
yeah, exactly.
I
But
see,
I guess like from playing a lot of games, my expectations are very high. Like
I see,
I'm often disappointed, like when I play some Assassin's Creed or something, like how not polished it is,
I
like
see,
how the movement feels or something like that. I really want. I don't know. There are some aspects in games like game feel which are very important to me, and if that
I see,
doesn't work, then I'm gonna drop the game very fast, I think.
I see. Okay, okay. See. You mentioned, by the way, Steam achievements. Are you planning to release your game to other platforms as well?
Yeah, we're thinking about an iOS port,
Okay,
like playing the game on iPad or a Switch port,
I see.
of course. But yeah, it's we're starting now with like testing out like how it runs on these platforms.
I see.
Uh, but yeah, it's very possible that we do it. Yeah.
I see. I see. We have talked about, by the way, toys. Are you planning to like have a physical edition for your game with some toys, with some core toys that are in the game?
uh, yeah, not really. I think it involves a lot of work, and I
Okay,
really want to work on other games, I
I
think.
see. I see. I see.
But yeah, we're joking around about I don't know, like working with teenage engineering and like yeah, I mean, we get a lot of comments who compare our game with their instruments, and they're very like haptic, and I don't know, they make really good stuff. But yeah, it would be so much work, and
I see.
it's, yeah, I don't know. Maybe someday, but then I think I would make something completely new, like when I would approach real devices. Yeah.
I see. I see. Going back to the Game Jams games you made and you talked about, how easy or how hard for you it is to leave a past game behind and start working on the next project?
I think normally very easy.
Okay.
Like I mean, like starting is the most enjoyable part for me, I
I see,
think.
I see, I see, I see.
But now, like with Odada, I realized, that it's also not that easy to let go of these
I see,
patterns you build.
I
Like
see,
I directly thought about like making some kind of like playful toys again, like
I see,
maybe in another setting. But yeah, I don't know. I would like to try new stuff, but especially like game mechanics would be interesting to tackle. Like I never really made a real or normal game, I feel, but it's still very intimidating. Like I'm always drawn back to making a toy or making even a music game or something.
I see.
But I really want to challenge myself to make something I didn't make before. But yeah, the it's tempting to make something similar.
True, 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 very true. I believe that it will be always there for you, right? To have those
Yeah,
similarities.
yeah.
When have you discovered, by the way, your art style? So when have you discovered your style in art?
Mm. I think Odada looks quite different from what I made
I
before.
see. Okay.
I mean, there's maybe some similarities. Like I use a lot of these ease functions who make things very smooth
I
and
see. I see.
maybe even hypnotizing, and that's something I will continue to do. I
I
think.
see. I see. I see.
Also, this orthographic camera, like this, like almost isometric view, is something that I think you can see in several things I make. Uh, but apart from that, I don't know. Mm, I don't really know if I have a distinct art style.
I see.
Uh, Maybe like this color pattern is also something you see in other works from me.
I see.
Uh, but it's really something I want to break with. Like I want to try new stuff
I
for
see.
sure.
I see.
But yeah, I don't know how much work it will take to make something different. But I'm really happy how the art style turned out for Dada.
True.
But
True.
I
True.
never really planned that. Like it's also not very special. Like it's very standard Unity features. Like I never really make shaders. Like just playing around with the light, and it's I would say it's a very lazy art style in a way. Like it's really using the functions that are there and not having to do too much, so I can concentrate on finishing the game. So yeah, I almost feel bad sometimes when I'm like nominated for like an art award or something, because other games are way more work, I would say, when it comes to art. Like I'm also not very deep into 3D modeling. It's
I
very
see.
basic shapes put
I
together.
see. I see. I see.
So it's a very practical approach to making art.
I see.
Yeah.
Do you think, by the way, that's the reason because of you would like to challenge yourself and like create like other ideas?
Yeah. Uh, yeah. I mean, it's mostly about surprising myself, I think.
I see. I see.
Like
I see. I see.
it would be just a loop at this point, I think, when
I
I would
see.
continue this. And yeah, no, I want to see what's out there in my brain. I don't know, and play around with it.
I see.
And also, I don't know. I would really like to make a game that I want to play myself. Like, I don't know really how that would look like, but I think for that I also would like to switch the art style to something, I don't know, that would interest me or spark my interest.
I
Yeah.
see. I see. You mentioned that similarities would be always there, right? Is it something that makes you sad or happy? That
Mm.
like we talked about, like your own style will be always some in some way there.
Mm. No, it's okay. It's nice. It's also things I like, so I'm taking them with me, and
I see,
I
I see,
try
I see,
to drop the things I don't like.
I see.
No, that's totally okay. But yeah, of course, sometimes I really dream about making completely different stuff.
Oh,
Like
okay.
also like imagine about making movies and everything like that.
Oh,
But
nice. Okay.
yeah, but it's I think really hard to switch, and I'm at a point where I think I should use this drive I have with games. Like I have
I see,
this experience now, and it's very yeah difficult to try to do new things.
I see,
I also like, for example, with engines, like I'm thinking about switching to Godot from Unity, but it's yeah, I'm realizing that it's not that simple. Like I'm super fast with Unity now. I feel like prototyping things, and it's yeah, it's a drag to restart with Godot, even if it would be really cool. And I like the concept of having an open source engine. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a balance of doing new things and doing what you're good at.
I see, I see. You mentioned, by the way, other genres that you would like to like touch as a game developer and make games by
Mhm.
those genres. What genres are you interested in the most, if you would have
Uh,
to pick?
yeah, I think playing like I really like stealth games
Okay,
and RPGs,
okay,
but making games, yeah, it's hard to say. I mean, like a real time action game would be
I
interesting,
see, I see,
and I
I see,
think it could be good at doing that.
I see,
Um, I think I shouldn't touch anything that's too has too deep mechanics,
I see,
because I think for that you have to be yeah a very analytical person, and also have to make more concepts,
I see,
and that's not something I'm good at. Um, so yeah, I don't know. I'm playing around with different ideas at the
I
moment.
see, I see, I see,
So, for example, I'm working on a little like uh, restaurant themed game where you like serve your customers. But yeah, I don't even know what genre that is. I think it's also somewhere in the cozy section,
I see,
like a little bit Animal Crossing like maybe.
I see.
Uh, yeah. Uh, Also, I thought about like making some kind of digital board game,
Okay,
so I could like stick with this
toys.
yeah toys satisfying interfaces
Nice,
thing.
nice, nice, nice.
But I'm already like I can't really pre-plan like game design mechanics. Like I
I
can't
see,
think of like complex board game mechanics. I'm already in this.
I see,
Oh, the board will look like this, and you can do like these movements. And I don't really have an idea for how the board game works. Like I could start like that, but I don't know if it's smart like to make the visual board game before having rules for it. Like
I see,
maybe should stick to more simple mechanics.
I see,
Uh, yeah, I have no idea. Like
I
I
see.
don't know. I'm gonna experiment again
Okay,
and
okay,
see what comes out of it. Yeah.
I see. Are you interested, by the way, in making story-heavy games too? Because you mentioned
Mm.
that you would like to touch a more personal game with your next game, right? So, are you interested, like,
Yeah.
to build a story-heavy game for your next
Hmm.
games?
Yeah. Yeah. It would be cool, but then I'm also very intimidated by writing, of
I
course.
see, I see, I see,
So I'm thinking about like how could I make a story game without writing, for example. Uh, but yeah, it's very intimidating, and it's also yeah a lot of work for making something like I don't know. I feel like creating content for a story-heavy game is very much work. And I also would like to make a smaller project. I think like
I see, I see,
something
I see, I see.
I can work on for a year or so. That would be nice. But yeah, I love games like Inside, like something like that would be really great. But it's also made by a big team over a long duration. Um, but yeah, that direction would interest me also. Yeah.
I see. Okay. What other, by the way, updates would you like to add to Odada? Since you
Mhm.
mentioned before we talked about it that you still not closed this project down, right? So you still have plans for Odada. What updates we as players can wait for Odada?
Yeah, we released an update 1.1 like
Okay.
last month, I think.
Okay.
So that kind of shows like what I think we would continue doing. Like
I see.
maybe I'll have some idea for an instrument and we'll add it, or Matilda makes new sounds and I make some new houses that you
see.
can put in the game. Like mostly like just expanding the game a little bit. I don't really have big features in mind at the moment, but also, yeah, I can't really promise anything because at the moment I really want to concentrate now on making something new.
I see.
And it's really just when like inspiration hits me, I think.
I see.
But yeah, mostly, yeah, instruments to make more different types of music. Yeah.
I see. I see. You talked about a lot about your future projects. When players can hear something about your future projects, is it next year or is it still this
Uh,
year?
I don't know. I'm playing around a little bit at the moment.
I
Maybe I
see.
share a little GIF or video on social media. But yeah, I think next year
I
would
see.
be more realistic.
I see.
Yeah, I don't really have anything at the moment. Like
I see.
it's but that's yeah the best part, I think.
I see.
Just dreaming about
True. True. True.
what can
True.
come.
True. True. Very
Yeah.
true. Very true. You also mentioned like the promoting process of your own game. Have you been also like promoting your own game, or was it just the publisher who helped you promoting the game?
Oh, we didn't have any publisher
Oh,
in
you
the
did
end.
not have any
So
publisher.
yeah,
Oh, okay, okay. I
exactly.
misunderstood it.
So
Okay, 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 okay.
yeah. So yeah, we really self-published, and yeah, we had to promote the game. We worked with Future Friends together,
I see.
which helped. And yeah, but I think we could have made a better job, of course.
I see.
Marketing is not my best part. We did it like with social media. Like our Twitter was quite successful, maybe I would
see.
say. But yeah, like expanding from that, like there wasn't that much coverage. Like I'm very pleasantly surprised by the positive response, like on Steam. Like players really like the game, but it never became a big success, I would say. Which is also maybe related to the genre. Like music games don't sell well, I think. Maybe rhythm games, but it's really hard to find the audience. Like there's no real category on Steam
True.
for games like
True.
this.
True. 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 Very true.
We were, for example, part of the Rhythm Game Fest on Steam, but still, like we don't really belong there. Like our game is not really a rhythm game, so
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know a lot about marketing.
Yeah,
I
it's
hope I
hard in
can.
my opinion since a
Yeah,
lot of like games have been released and always out there. So it's like even if you don't want to compete with other games, you still have to, right, for people's
yeah,
attention. So
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, my form of marketing is like showing the game to other devs mostly, like on social media, which I guess isn't the best approach.
There is no good recipe in my opinion, right? Because
Yeah,
a recipe will be very different for all the games and all the devs in my opinion, right? So there
yeah,
are some games which are like if you show them they are not appealing to people, but if they play them it will be appealing and vice versa, right? So it's sometimes it's just it helps or it doesn't help in my opinion.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I think Odara is a very like compared to a lot of other games, it's maybe even easier to market on social media
True.
because it has very appealing
True, that's very true.
videos. Maybe the audio part isn't that perfect because a lot of people just look at like their feed without sound.
I see.
So games like Tiny Glade have it a little bit easier
I see.
because they are so visually focused. But still, we had a easier time, I think, than like complex strategy games or something like that. But yeah, maybe over time now I can grow my following, and it will get easier over time.
I see.
I hope that. Yeah, I don't know, but maybe it's also not the best concept to spread. Like you still have to explain the game in a way because people don't know this type of game. It can look very abstract from outside.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think that the look of the game will be the first that people will like see, right? And they will connect to. It's like always that saying or that quote that don't judge a book by a cover, but people do that all the time, right? So it's
Yeah.
like it helps in this way for your game, in my opinion, because when I remember first I saw your game on Twitter, I was like shocked that oh my god, this is such a nice and beautiful game. It by the way really reminded me of like Lego Builder Journey, if you know that game.
Yeah.
It's not a musical game, but you have to like piece the Lego pieces together, and like the look was like the feeling of the look was like similar for me, that cozy vibe, that chill vibe, that I can be a kid with no problems playing a game, and no aggression, no war, no shooting, so yeah. Was it by the way always this type of like ideas important for you in your life? Do you think like it comes from a personal drive that you always very like this calm chill guy in your personal life as well, or it's totally different in your personal life? How do you feel about it?
Yeah, like in the beginning, I really wanted the game to be even more calming. Like,
Okay,
I listened to a lot of like Japanese ambient music,
I see.
and it's
I see.
super meditative and calming. And yeah, but over the time, like the more we thought about the game mechanics, it became more this child toy thing, and
I see.
became more playful.
I see.
So we moved a little bit away from this super meditative concept.
I see.
So I still would like to go more in that direction. I think, like, topics like meditation interest me a lot.
I see.
It would be nice to, I don't know, have a calming effect on the player.
I see.
Like, mostly when I play video games, it has the opposite effect on me, I think.
True.
Like I get distressed a little bit and I have to calm myself down afterwards.
I see. You want to turn the pages, right?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I
Okay,
wonder if that's
interesting.
possible. I mean, there are games who can probably do that. Like, but still, like most games, I don't know, they kind of create this desire in you. I feel like
True. Play with the emotions, right? Even if it's like sad or happy
exactly.
emotions. Yeah. True.
Yeah,
Pull the
yeah,
strings like a puppets, right?
yeah, or it has this sense of like you want to achieve something. You
True.
have this to-do list you have to
True.
tick off, so
Very true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting that the very first video games, when video game industry started, they were like without goals, right? Most of them, like you just had to play them for really for fun, right? Just experiment with the mechanics, and if there was a little story. So yeah, it's interesting that it's. I think that these we call now them simple games, but they're not just that they simple games, but they teach you for the mechanics, and you are having fun with them. And I think that especially nowadays people grow their expectations too high, in my opinion, that a lot of games, that's why a lot of games are not meeting those expectations, I always say, because we saw all of the game industry like go higher with every game, right? Even if it was AAA or indie scene, and players experience all the games or most of the games, right? Even if they did not play it, but they saw it, and they now have this very like top expectation of a good game, which they cannot describe, right? Because like you mentioned, there is a list of like goals what you need to achieve as a player in games, but if there is only like a mechanic and it's free for you to play with that mechanic, it won't be fun anymore for a lot of players, which is sad in my opinion, like because that's the kid in us, right? Have a ball, play with it, do whatever you want with the ball, right? It's fun, but we as adults forget it, right? So it's like it's the toys, same, like, or instrument, play with it, like experiment with it.
Yeah, but I feel like if maybe the game feel is good enough, the players maybe are even satisfied with it. Like,
True.
but yeah, at some point, yeah, they will complain like, "What am I going to do? Like,
True.
where's the challenge?" Yeah.
True. Very true. Okay.
Yeah.
We touched here, by the way, a lot of topics. Are you down to go into some questions from my chat as well?
Yeah, sure.
Nice. Thank you. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let us know if there is any question. Let us know. Any question? Bármilyen kérdés, hölgyek, urak? Any question? Let us know. While we are waiting for questions, by the way, we talked here a lot of topics, and you talked about a lot of things, even if it was game development or personal side of your life. Do you feel like you found yourself now by making your own games? Because like you said at the beginning of our interview, it was always a dream for you to make games. Now you achieved this dream, you had success, people love your game. Do you feel like you are at the right spot, right time in your life, or still no, and you still want to go further?
Yeah, no, really. I mean, I'm happy with how the game turned out and
I
like
see.
how the responses.
I see.
But to be honest, like when it comes to making games, I still have a strong desire. I'm really not satisfied. Like
I see.
I don't know. I still feel I can do better, and I'm still learning a lot. So I'm not at the end of my journey. I think
I see.
like
I see.
this. I feel this is more like the beginning of my I don't know game dev journey. I think. Yeah.
I see. I see. How can, by the way, success and people loving your game turn your like life around? Like how it affects your life when you, like you talked about, like winning awards. What was the feeling that you had after winning those awards?
Mm. I think yeah, some adrenaline
Okay.
for sure.
Okay.
So yeah, of course it feels really nice.
I see.
And we also got some money like from the Dev Game Award, which is very important to us because yeah, it's a lot of money for us. And
You have to pay the bills. People don't realize it as a player,
yeah,
right? You have to pay the bills. It's not just that you make games and the government is funding you. Like
yeah,
you have to pay the
true.
bills at the end of the day.
But yeah, I don't know. I feel like from prizes, like the feeling fades away very fast.
I see. I see.
But like after releasing the game, we went directly to Gamescom and meeting the players and hearing their feedback. That was really the most satisfying part, I think.
I see.
Like that really helped me to get like out of this post-release depression, and really made me happy. And yeah,
What is your best memory with in-person meetings showing your game, by the way? If you can name like a best memory.
yeah, yeah. So there was a girl at Gamescom who was also a game dev, and she told me about like how this game gave her this feeling she didn't have like for some years. Like the last time she had this feeling was when she saw the trailer for these Nintendo card box things. I don't know the name anymore. Like where you can put together like a piano and stuff like that.
Okay.
And yeah, I was really amazed because I was also very inspired by this trailer back then, because I thought like, and would have never imagined like Nintendo making things like this. So I really like to surprise people with weird, unique game ideas.
I see.
That was super nice to hear that like I made it. Like
True.
yeah.
That must have been a very nice feeling. And it's interesting, by the way, that you were influenced by Nintendo games, right? And you make Nintendo game-ish games, right? Because I feel like Nintendo now in this position, and they were always in that position, that they realize that fun is the core aspect of making games, and there should be always like fun aspect of for the players to consume, right, as a player perspective. And I feel like that's what sometimes Sony and Microsoft is missing nowadays. They make very good games, but like you mentioned, they have this like whole checklist of missions, goals to achieve. They are polished and very nice and AAA games, but still like they forget, for example, the mascot characters, right? Like Crash Bandicoot or Spyro or the
Yeah.
skeleton guy from Medieval. I cannot recall. Sardinia Fortescue. Yeah, Sardinia
Mm.
Fortescue. And I feel like what Nintendo really is great about is that they are like being able to have all these fun aspects, mascot characters, gameplays combined together, even if they are like mixing with some new elements from year to year, but the fun is always there, right? So it's like they are not lacking of that. And it's hard to describe what is fun, right? Because like I mentioned, sometimes it's just the ball and you are handling that to the players and have fun with it. And some people will, some people won't, right? So
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, I think I also like the moment when those worlds intersect a little bit. Like I think Nintendo's also doing that now, like where they make where the Zelda games get very, I don't know, get this also this story layer on top. Like
true, 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 true.
it's also changing a little bit like what Nintendo is making at the moment. But yeah, they still stay true to
True,
their roots in a way. Yeah.
true.
Um, yeah, but yeah, it's hard to define fun. Like I'm
True.
also I'm not trying to do it in an academic way. I'm
True,
just
it's
gonna
understandable. You are just
yeah
giving your vision to the players and let
yeah
them have it and
yeah
experiment with
yeah.
it.
It's a very intuitive approach, like what
True, true,
I'm
true.
doing.
I respect that, by the way. Nice, nice, nice. What
Thanks.
was your favorite toy, by the way, to design? Because we talked about like the toys in your games or games, sorry. But
Mm.
what is your favorite toy to design and why?
Uh, I think maybe even the map in the beginning,
Okay,
like the tile map,
okay,
which makes the wave,
okay.
because it was also fresh and new. Like I think, yeah, hard to say. Yeah, I think that one.
I see.
Yeah, but yeah, it's very different. Like some levels we made really fast, others we thought for a long time, like how we could put a music concept on them. Because sometimes I made a level and then we had no idea like how we can use it to make music.
I see. I see. I see. I see. I see.
Yeah.
Designing the game, what was the goal with the length of the game, by the way, when you started like making this game
Mm,
and throughout the process of making all that, what was the goal with the length of your game?
mm. Yeah, I always imagined like 1 or 2 hours of
I see.
entertainment.
I see. I see. I see.
I think we kind of reached that like with like unlocking everything in the game. You maybe need like 2 to 4 hours,
I see.
I
I
guess.
see.
Um, but yeah, there are players who play a lot more, which is yeah really great. And also players who just play for like half an hour. They see like the first run or make one song or two songs. But I think even that is a nice experience to have. Like just you don't have to spend super much time in the game, and also really like that. Like games shouldn't take up all your time, and I rather like value the time of the player than like give them filler stuff. Yeah.
I see. I see. And as a player, do you prefer like shorter or longer term games?
It depends like what the game is
I
giving
see.
me.
I see. I see. I see.
But yeah, I really like short games like Inside or Firewatch or
I see.
uh, yeah, games like that. But when a game asks for a lot of time from me, then it really has to also give me, I don't know, it has to keep me busy in a fun way.
I see. I see.
Um, Yeah, I don't know which game I played for a long time recently. Maybe Baldur's Gate
Okay.
was interesting, but even there I lost some interest while playing it. So yeah, maybe I'm spoiled with a lot of games, but
It's understandable, in my opinion, that if you play a lot of games, you will start to feel that you have seen almost everything, right? But in my
yeah,
opinion, that's the beauty of like the indie scene, that there are so many like unique genres and games
yeah,
that people are like more open as developers to create their own vision and not like
yeah,
sacrificing their vision for the players needs,
yeah.
in my opinion.
But I can also totally understand when you spend a lot of time in a game, even if it doesn't like if it's just a game where you can hang out and like I don't know. I played a lot of Disco Elysium, for example,
Okay.
like
Okay.
spent maybe 80 hours in there. And I just like the atmosphere, like rereading the things.
True. 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 True.
So yeah, it doesn't have to be like that you are super engaged with everything.
True.
It's
That's
always you all the time.
yeah, exactly. And that's why I always say that from the player perspective, as we as players have to understand what we are playing a game for, right? Even if it's for its story or the gameplay mechanics, or if it's a multiplayer game playing with our friends,
Yeah.
right? Or the music or the graphics. There are so many segments that we can play games for, right? We just have to understand and pick. And if we are up to play with every game like you and me, we can like also like choose those core aspects of those games, because I think every game has like these aspects where they shine at the most, right? So it's rare when a game, in my opinion, shines from every aspect. Like it's very rare, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's probably the most crazy and most ambitious games, or even if it's like AAA or the indie scene that we are talking about. So yeah, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
What would be your advice, by the way, for those people who would like to start making games from all these experience that you have in your bag now?
Mm, um, yeah, I don't know. Just starting. Making something super simple,
I see.
maybe. I mean, I have the same problem at the moment because I'm thinking about starting making music a little bit.
I see.
And I'm also super overwhelmed with all the possibilities. Like, I want to do something electronic, but there are like 1,000 synthesizers, but I could also do it all on my laptop. And like every decision seems wrong in a way.
I see.
And
That's the
yeah,
perfectionist in you, right? So you
yeah,
always want to
exactly.
have something perfect, but also fun, and you are like always
Yeah, yeah.
experimenting.
So I really get like the difficulty of like, because making games, I think it's the same problem. So I think it really depends on the person that wants to make something. But I think there's a like when you want to make games, there's probably like some kind of image you have in your mind or like some
I
idea.
agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think you should follow that. And yeah, but yeah, don't get overwhelmed. Don't make something huge, except you really want to. For some people, that's also the way. Uh, yeah, learn some kind of engine or try 2 or 3 different ones and see if it clicks. But yeah, the start is often the hardest. Like I also needed some months to learn Unity and learned it like over several years.
I see.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it really, I can't give advice like this. I think it's
No, I
too.
understand you. Like it's
Yeah.
like you're still experimenting, and like you said, it's very true. It will be different for everyone, right? So it's
Yeah.
like not a recipe that can be given to people.
Yeah,
I see.
maybe just don't be too perfectionistic. Don't fear too much about making things wrong. Like,
That also goes to you, right?
yeah, exactly.
This
Yeah,
advice.
yeah. I will do things wrong anyway. So yeah, better fail
That's how
fast.
you experiment and learn, right? So you have to
Yeah.
take those failures in order to like achieve
Yeah.
something great, in my opinion.
Mhm.
Nice. Oh, by the way, there is a question. Okay. Minnie is saying that now she can't ask a question because she's busy, but she would like to congratulate you. She thinks that your game is like very good for children and adults as well. Like it's not just colorful, full of like very nice musical scores and entertaining, but also like having this option to learn and study, like an educational game. Um, and she's saying that if there would be like an additional DLCs, if I understand it correctly, it would be cool to have like animals in the game, not just toys. Because
Yeah.
she's a fan of animals, like
Yeah. We have some kind of like little birds in the game, and they're really the most popular choice for
oh, okay,
players. I
I didn't
think.
know that. Okay,
Yeah. But yeah, we have a lot of wishes from people, like of different animals
I
they
see.
want to have in the game. So yeah, maybe someday I find the time to add some more. Like, I don't know, sheep are popular. I think a frog maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you balance, by the way, like your own vision and listening to the players' feedback?
Mm.
Because you mentioned that you still rather stick to your vision, right? But how do you
Mm-hmm.
balance those two?
Mm. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, I think I mostly stick to my vision.
I see.
But sometimes really player feedback like opens my eyes for
I
things
see.
I really missed and
I
didn't
see. I
see.
see. I see. I see.
Especially because with Odada, yeah, I made a game more for other players, like a game I can't relate to how people want to play it.
I see.
So yeah, the player feedback helped a lot. Yeah, but at some point, like when it's going against my vision, I would ignore it, I think.
I see. I see. Is it, by the way, easy or hard for you to ignore those like people who are
Mm.
might not be satisfied with your game or your vision about your
Mm,
game?
it's okay. Like
I see.
it's mostly messages on the internet, so I forget about them pretty fast,
I
I
see.
think.
I see. Is it something, by the way,
Um,
that you learned throughout the process of making games and Odada, especially, or you always had this mindset of yours, like to calm down and not like,
mm,
focus on these like more negative opinions, or who do
yeah.
not understand the vision you
Mm.
have for your game?
I didn't get that much feedback like with other games.
I see.
So with Odada, it's a lot more now.
I see.
And it's not that much negative feedback.
I see.
Like
I see. I see.
then you really have to differentiate between like feedback that is reasonable and yeah, we have very few exceptions when people maybe get angry or something.
I see. It's
But
interesting
yeah,
to get angry in a cozy game, right?
yeah, exactly.
Or a fun game,
uh,
but it is what
mhm.
it is, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, we try to explain ourselves like why we made some decisions.
I see. I see.
And yeah, at some point the game like is not like we can't satisfy everyone.
True.
So
True. 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 True.
yeah, I'm satisfied with what concept or design we chose.
I see.
So yeah, it's not that difficult for me. Like maybe when I released the game, we had one or two negative
I see.
like reviews, which really kind of hurt. I also looked one time into the section on Steam where you see like the games getting refunded. Then you see like a wall of negative like comments, but it's okay. Like it doesn't really hurt me that much.
I
Yeah.
see. I see. You mentioned, by the way, educating players for like understanding games, and I believe in that too. Like sometimes you really have to like educate nowadays gamers, especially in my opinion, trend gamers, for understanding new things. Why do you
Mm.
think it changed? Because in my opinion, when I was a kid, and you probably was a kid too, you probably know and remember those times when like there were like very crazy ideas out there too in our past, right? And people fucked with it, like they were down to like understand those games. But nowadays, for a lot of people, like it's very hard to start this process of like doing the research, go into the game, learn the game. What changed in your opinion? Because you played also a lot of games like me. What changed, do you think, from the player
Mm.
perspective, that now they are not down to like, do the
Yeah.
research, read about games, read about how they work, go being open-minded about games, and not just, it's not for me, but you should try, right, before you say something.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we have that everywhere now, like also with
True.
movies. Like
True, I agree.
people don't go to the cinema that
True,
much,
true,
so
true,
they
true, true, true,
really are very picky about what they watch
true,
online.
true, true, true.
Uh, and I think even like myself, like I think I'm more picky and I don't try out everything. And
Do you think it's because of the society standards that is around you and it affected you?
yeah, I think like we're prone to like getting satisfied very fast, or
I
like
see.
I don't know, we want this very certain thing. We don't
True,
really
true, true.
try out new things. But sometimes there are games who surprise. Then, like for example, Balatro like it's very popular, and I think it's a very weird game in a
True, true,
way.
true, true, true.
And but still, it was a game where you had somehow convince people to play it. Like I still know like how a friend of mine like told me, "Oh, this game is really good," and I thought, it's a poker game. And like every person I recommend Balatro to, like I really have to explain them that this isn't really poker, and they would enjoy it even if they don't like poker that much. Yeah, I don't know, but I don't know the reasons.
I see.
Yeah,
I see.
maybe
Thank you,
it's
by
too
the way.
much choice. Yeah, yeah.
No, go for it. Go for it. Sorry.
Yeah, maybe it's just too much choice of what to play. Like,
True.
and so back then we had to try the games because we didn't have this huge selection.
True. And I think that the coverages of games were they way different, right? Because we had those magazines, now it's internet, and even with the freedom of internet, I feel like people in a way got like, I know it's harsh to say, but a bit more lazy, at least with like doing the research, right? Because like I think if you have some limitations, sometimes it's like it helps you being in that box and realizing what's around you. And if the box is like bigger around you, you start to, being in this huge ocean or like sea where you are not sure where to go and you're like not wanting to go anywhere at the end of the day, right? In my opinion. So that's how, in my opinion, people end up like playing just one game and they are not even knowing that there are so many games out there, right? So there are like thousands of game releasing per month, and people don't give a fuck about games. Like it's so weird for me. Like I don't know, it's weird, and I think that's the hard part about the marketing that you mentioned as well. That's people.
But you also risk everything if you don't make something weird or like special. Like,
exactly.
Because then you have to compete with the best.
True.
In the same genre.
True. And also, I think that everyone would regret their decision if they like wouldn't start making that game that they always wanted to make, right? So the vision is always there, like you mentioned, having a dream or having pictures in your mind in order to make that exact game. Like it matters in the end of the day. And if I think that what people do not understand, I believe in that. There can be games which will be appealing to most of the players. I always say this, that for example, like you mentioned, Balatro is very true that it was almost appealing to everyone, and from the AAA perspective, Fortnite was something that did appealed to everyone because it understood the like mindset of the people, what they want and how they want, right? But I think that's what's a lot of like people do not understand, that it's not working out for everyone, right? So if I don't know, there would be companies that start to make similar games than Balatro, they might end up failing. Like it was the same for Fortnite, right? A lot of like AAA developers started to develop battle royale games and they failed. Why? Because like it wasn't Fortnite, it wasn't the game that appealed to everyone. So I think that there is like a very small like bridge between of this having or being able to appeal to everyone and still having your own vision, and there is like a very very small and very thin bridge that you can cross, but at the middle I think that that's the best place to be for a game developer, at least from my perspective, what I see as a player.
I'm also searching for that, like when I'm prototyping, I'm searching for this moment where it clicks, where we feel like this is something where people will be drawn in. Like
true. And I think as a creator, you feel it, right? That your vision will be something unique, in my opinion. Everyone feels that because there's a quote that every story has been told, and probably it's true, but in my opinion, video games really show that, or the video game industry, it really shows that there are so many like very very unique ideas, right? Even if the genre feels a bit same, but the ideas and the core aspects and the graphics will be like something very new that you haven't seen. And I think that's why like games are such interesting forms of media, because you always can experiment with something new, even if it's like the graphics, the story, the core gameplay aspects. So yeah. Okay. Thank you, by the way. Thank you for your honesty and for your time. Like I said, I really appreciate everything that we talked about and your honesty about the topics. Is there anything that we haven't touched, by the way, as a topic and you would like to talk about?
No. We touched a lot of topics, I feel.
Okay.
But yeah, thanks a lot for having me.
Thank you, thank you. And by the way, thank you for the question from the chat from Mini as well, and thank you for the answer to the question as well. So yeah, like I said, I will need some more of your minutes of stream, but for those who are watching us live or will be watching back the VOD version or the YouTube edited version on YouTube later this year, thanks for joining us. Don't forget to check out Odada on Steam, and if it will be available on other platforms, as well. And yeah, thanks for watching us. Have a nice day, night, or evening, depending where you live around.